Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. You're watching Real Health. Now, the lovely thing about health and wellness is that there are so many health therapies and modalities that are available to us to try. And of course, the Real Health team is always on hand to find more about them. So today we're visiting a therapeutic reflexologist and meridian therapist, Michelle Walton, to find out more about what she does. Let's take a look.
Therapeutic reflexology, we specifically work with various conditions. So anything that might be bothering you at that stage concerning your health. We also work on meridians, which is a whole different thing. So these are energy channels that run through our body and feed us life energy. So if those energy channels are not open and they're congested, we need to move those congestions. First of all, to get those organs working really well again. So after thousands of years of research and documenting, we've found out that there's emotions attached to all of our organs. So if those organs become congested and they're not functioning well, those emotions can then start presenting themselves. And then the emotion attached to kidney bladder is anxiety. So the kidney bladder meridian runs all the way from the little toe, up the back of the leg, through the sacral area, up into your neck, and over the head and ends here at the eyebrows. Conditions that run along the meridian, so things like headaches on your forehead, baldness, tension in the neck, lower backache, perhaps cramping in the calves, anything to do with the Achilles tendon, all fall along that kidney bladder meridian. So we have very, very high salt diets nowadays in our lifestyles. We have takeaways that are just full of unhealthy salt. So we just find these conditions are just presenting themselves more and more often. And a lot of the time it's purely a lifestyle related condition. If we fix that lifestyle condition, look at imbalances in your water element, we can then help with things like backache and stiffness in the neck, whatever might be presenting. So it really is, it's not just working on the reflexes on the feet, it's really connecting those dots and finding out what condition that person is struggling with and looking at it in a holistic manner to get it open, flowing energy through that person's body. Everybody can benefit on some level from reflexology. So for example, I treat pregnant women predominantly. And there's an enormous effect on the symptoms of pregnancy, which is all really due to hormone imbalances. So we can manage that beautifully during pregnancy. For the elderly, blood circulation is a big one for them. High blood pressures, kidney and bladder conditions. So really for anything that the aged might be struggling with, your diabetics, absolutely. It helps to then balance out the pancreas. It helps to support the pancreas. So unfortunately, we're not reversing these conditions, but we're helping the body to cope with them. Also, diabetics struggle with blood circulation, especially in their feet. So it's highly beneficial there. With blood pressure conditions and kidney conditions, again, edemas, plenty of women struggle with water retention. Children, helps to calm them. So that's actually one of the most beautiful things with the reflexology, because it stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the opposite to stress. It's the opposite to our fight-flight mechanism. So corporates in stressful environments, ideal candidate for reflexology. So everything that presents itself on your foot will tell me where you're struggling. So for example, the lung reflex. So if you're a smoker, perhaps that reflex might become very, very thick. So it forms a thick callus on that reflex. Another one is the esophagus. In fact, that one's a lovely one. So feel your own feet and you'll see that you get a lovely callus running right down the middle of your foot from underneath or between the second and the big toe. There's a lovely callus there. That means that you've either got a ongoing postnasal drip, and it's just causing an irritation there. Thyroid, you get a lovely callus right here underneath that joint on your foot. Another interesting organ would be the colon. Everybody struggles with colon conditions. Also, for example, the spine. You want to make sure that you're wearing shoes that support your spine. You don't want restrictions in your shoes, so you don't want your toes to be squashed together. stilettos, okay, your fallopian tubes run right across the ankle. So with stilettos, and I've seen it in a few clients where they've had blocked fallopian tubes. So we're struggling with infertility there. Hips, knees and elbows, shoulders again there. Lymph, beautiful lymph drainage we can do on the top of the foot by massaging and really getting stuck in there. You want to make sure that your feet are looked after. They really are the root of our existence. They really are our support. And their condition is very, very important for body health. Okay, so when you arrive at my practice, we'll get you lovely and comfortable on the bed. I then have a look at your feet. Okay, I start analyzing the shape of the foot, the structure of the foot, and then I look for things like calluses, maybe any warts. There's a lovely ridge that runs down the middle of this foot, which tells me that's the ureter, right on the ureter reflex. There might be something there with the kidney and the bladder. So just a general look at the feet to see immediately what is going on in this body. So what I can pick up just from looking at this patient's foot is there's something that's probably been passed down in the family to do with pancreas. So there's an imbalance in the blood sugars somewhere. And it may not be the patient themselves, it may be a family member, it may be a mother, it may be the father. But we can see here there's a little bunion, well, quite a dominant bunion actually, on this pancreas meridian. Kidney bladder meridian, this little toe is moving right in. I can see there's a nice callus there, which is right in the neck reflex. Lungs are feeling a little bit thick. So maybe conditions in the past, because it really tells us what's happened in the past as well. So maybe bronchial problems, lung infections when she was smaller. The bladder itself is quite swollen. So this foot to me presents a person that is struggling probably with kidney bladder meridian conditions. So there I would start asking questions, things like, are you struggling with backache? Are you struggling, what's the lower back doing? Do you get cramps in your calves? Eyesight, anything going on with eyesight? Do you get headaches in the front of your head? So what we normally do is we just begin by loosening up the fascia. We want to relax the foot. This foot is quite tight, which shows me that maybe they're a little bit of a, their body is quite stressed and they hold their stress in their body. Okay, so we're going to just loosen up these joints. We want everything to be nice and open. So these we call our relaxation techniques. Okay, we're encouraging the entire body to relax as we are doing this. Going to loosen up the hips. Oh, very tight hips here. Once I've taken a nice case history, I can then also begin to work on those reflexes which are presenting themselves, whether it be sinuses, whether it be the gut, colon. Perhaps that person is struggling with lung condition, lymph drainage, whatever it might be. If they're struggling with kidney and bladder infections, I would then work the kidney and bladder. All right, and then on the body we begin with the head. So the toes are the head. We have the sinus reflexes and the teeth. We would work on those. All right, and then using certain techniques that we've learned in our training to stimulate those reflexes. This is also where the 6 main meridians begin, so the toes are very important. Okay, our hormone point is on the big toe, that's the pituitary gland. Okay, we work the pituitary gland nicely, especially with pregnant ladies. We need your hormones to be released. We need the hormone glands to communicate with each other quite openly. Another lovely thing about the reflexology is it stimulates very deep sleep. So if people are struggling with sleep, we can stimulate the meridian that works in conjunction with whatever organ is struggling during the night. Get free-flowing energy into those organs. So we're working on the head, neck reflex. We need to release that neck nicely. We are stimulating the entire body in every treatment, from head to toe. Okay, so the treatment lasts about 45 minutes. We finish it off with a beautiful foot massage just to make sure that you do come back. So the benefits of reflexology are endless. They can help with just about any symptom that you're struggling with. It really is a holistic body treatment. We treat the entire body in every treatment and then also focus on what you're struggling with. A really beautiful, relaxing, holistic treatment